Good morning to all the students. Before starting this video, I would like to quote few lines. You are braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Students, as you know that this is a very high time for us. We all are facing this pandemic all together. I must say that you all should take care of yourselves and not only keep yourself safe but also make sure that you are keeping your surrounding clean and safe too. We had already started this topic, tenses, in the last class. So here we'll be continuing this topic. We had already done the simple present tense. What is simple present tense? Simple present tense tells us about actions that are done regularly or as a matter of habit. Okay, we use simple present tense to state a fact. For example, suppose I take an example, the earth revolves around the sun. So, the verb here is revolves. Okay, this is a fact. You cannot change it. It is a fact. Next is you use simple present tense to express that an action is repeated or regular. If I take an example, let's take an example. I take the school bus every day. I take the school bus every day. Right? So, this is the action which is taking place every day. When your school was open, you used to come to the school and you would take the bus. Some of you may have taken the bus, some of you are coming by foot, some of you are coming with your parents. So, this is a action that is taking place regularly. Next point is simple present tense is used when we talk about habits. When we talk about habits, for example, she brushes her teeth twice every day. So here the example is for the habit. If we talk about the habit, then she brushes her teeth twice every day. We are talking about she is the subject, brushes is the verb, where she is brushing her teeth every day. She brushes her teeth every day, which shows that this is a habit which she does every day. Next is simple present tense is also used to state that something is true in the present. True in the present. For example, Siddharth lives in London. So, this is true, and is why it is true? Because currently Siddharth is living in London. So, lives is the verb which shows that it is in the present tense. When we talk about the structure of simple present tense, right? When we talk about the structure of simple present tense, see, there are few types of sentences: declarative sentence, negative sentence, and interrogative sentence. You must know that what are the things present in these type of sentences when we are talking about the simple present tense. If we talk about the declarative sentence, if we talk about the declarative sentence, here, if we talk about the subject, if the subject is I, we, you, they, then the verb would be in the form of, verb is obviously singular, but you will not put s or es here. So suppose if I write I, we, you, they, the verb that will come will write, not writes. Okay, write. And if the subject is he, she, it, then the verb here becomes writes. This is if we talk about of the declarative sentence. Here we have not put s or es, but here when the subject is he, she, it, then here we add s in the declarative sentence under simple present tense. Moving on to the negative sentence. Negative sentence. Here, if the subject is I, we, you, they, then the verb here, what will come? Do not. Do not. If I repeat the same verb here, do not write. So what will come here? If it is a negative sentence, we place not, which shows that it is a negative sentence, and with not, what will come? Do. Do not. And if the subject is he, she, it, then what will come? Does will come. We will add es here. Does not write. So, by looking at these examples, we come to know that under simple present tense, what role does it has? What is the role? The main purpose, the main role is of s or es. We write or we add s or es in the first form of the verb. We add s or es in the first form of the verb. Now, if there is an interrogative sentence, interrogative sentences when we ask a question. So, if the subject is I, we, you, they, then what will happen? This do will come before the subject. Do will come before the subject, and here do will come. Okay. And similarly, if the subject is he, she, it, then what will happen? Before the subject, what will come? Does will come. Does plus he, she, it, and then verb. Verb. And what is the verb? Write. write. If I give an example, do I write well? Question mark. Does she write well? Question mark. So this is the example and the structure under simple present tense of the declarative sentence, negative sentence and interrogative sentence. The second sentence is past tense. Third is future tense. But students, it is very important for all of you to know each of these three main tenses like present tense, past tense, future tense, they have four forms. Each of the three tenses have four forms. Number one, simple, that is indefinite. I have already told you in the previous video also. Then continuous. Third is perfect tense. And fourth is perfect continuous tense. Simple indefinite tense. It simply states an action. Continuous, which says, which indicates that the action is incomplete. And continuous. Perfect, which indicates that the action is complete. Totally complete. Nothing is pending or it is going on. Nothing like that. And then perfect continuous shows that the action is continued over a certain period of time. Of an action over a certain period of time. So these are the four forms of each of the three main tenses. So first we'll start with, we have already done simple present tense, so we'll start with present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. See children, under present continuous tense, why do we use present continuous tense and where do we use present continuous tense? Present continuous tense is used when the action is incomplete and it is continuous in nature. It's still going on. It is not completed. It is still going on. So the first point, we use present continuous tense when the actions that are happening at the moment of speaking. See, right now what I am doing is, I am teaching you all. I am teaching you tenses. I am teaching you the topic tenses. So what I have used? I am teaching. So teaching. Teach is a verb and I have placed ing, which shows that it is continuous. The action is incomplete, like I have not finished teaching you, so it is still going on, therefore I am teaching you the tenses. Similarly, let's write down first the actions that are happening at the moment of speaking. Example, we are learning English now. So here underline are learning. Are is a helping verb. Learn is the main verb. Ing verb is in the ing form, which depicts that it is in continuous form. Now, second point, whenever we talk about activities continuing only for a limited period of time, like we have fixed period of time, then we use present continuous tense. So write down when the activities continues for a limited time. For example, she is staying with her uncle for a week. She is staying with her uncle for a week. She is staying with her uncle for a week. Underline is staying. Is a helping verb. Stay is a main verb. Main verb is in ing form, ing, which shows that it is under continuous tense, present continuous tense. Third is whenever we talk about our future plans. For example, we are meeting at the mall. So, this is a future plan that we are meeting at the mall. So, these are certain things where the present continuous tense is used. Remember, whenever we add ing, there is very less chance, or you can say there is no other change in this spelling. Like stay is written stay, and when we have written ing, it becomes staying, staying. So if we say raining, opening, eating, driving, dancing, chasing, baking, creasing, in all the words you would see that there are really less changes in the spelling. Now, if you have heard this example like driving, dancing, increasing, taking, shaking, chasing, baking, here in all these words you must have observed that all these words are ending with E. These verbs are ending with E. So, we replace E with ing. Okay. Then there are words like die, tie. And here what we do is the verb die ending with ie, here tie ending with ie changes into what? Y. Y. It changes into what? Dying. It changes into what? Tying. So, there are certain changes in the verb when we change it into present continuous tense. Okay. And if you have noticed that some verb that ends in consonant and the last letter, when the some verbs that ends in the consonant, the last letter is repeated and ing is added. For example, put. T is a consonant, right? So, it will change into what? Putting. See? The last letter is repeated and we have added ing, thus changing it into what? Continuous tense. Similarly, travel, traveling, another word begin, changes into beginning. And you must have noticed that there is the repetition of the last consonant letter. So there are certain things which you need to keep in your mind. Now moving further, we will study the structure of present continuous tense. I'll just quickly write down if the subject is I, what will come with I? Am. And writing. I am writing. If the subject is he, she and it, what will come? Is writing. If the subject is we, you, they, then what will come? Are. Because these are plural in nature, therefore are will come, and these are singular, therefore is will come. Okay, this is, we were talking about the declarative sentence. Okay, moving on to the negative sentence. What will come with I? You just put, like with I what will come? Am. He, she, it, what will come? Is. We, you, they, what will come? Are. You just need to place what? Not. That's it. In order to show the negativity, that the sentence is in negative in form, you just put not, and rest is same. You will write writing, or playing, whatever you feel correct is. Next is interrogative sentence, like we have done in the simple present tense. We brought verb in the first place, am, then we had written the subject I, and then the main verb, playing, with a question mark to show that it's a question being asked. Am I playing? Right? Similarly, with he, she, it, what are you going to do is, you will put S here. Is he playing? Is she playing? Is it playing? And similarly with are, you will put the are in the first place. Then what will come? Subject and then the verb. Are we playing? Are you playing? Are they playing? So this was the structure of the present continuous tense.